Hey everyone, this is Joey G with the Penn-Reading Industrial Division, and welcome to part 2 of building this Scenic Diorama. And as you can see, I got my coffee because this is all that matters right now is this coffee. No, we're going to be building the landscape, and I got some material here. This is some wrapping paper stuff, some stuff here, and cardboard. We're going to make cardboard strips and use, ooh, that's a good catalog. Gotta love Walthers. Anyway, scissors, what you're gonna need. You may need a marker. We're also gonna use a hot glue stick. Oh yeah, a hot glue gun. So this stuff is really, really handy when you're doing some scenic work. And we're gonna get started here. And yeah, it's hot. All right, yeah, it's hot, ready to go. Let's get it started. All right, so before we do that step, I totally forgot I have to put this piece of backing on for the rock cut. And just know that never ever put your tools fully away because you'll just have to take it out again. So I guess that's model railroading rule 101. Yeah, so we're gonna stick this here. I think I'm gonna go further back. Haha, there we go. And so we're gonna continue to contour here. I got some extra pieces I found my lucky a little pack of screws. These are just, I think, 1 1.25. You get them at any store here. And this is the fun part, is that I can't find, oh, it's right here, of course. All right. Woohoo! Okay, that's good. All right, I think we're in business now to get this thing started. So let's finally start the cardboard strip installments and then see where we go from there. Before we get started, this is the proper way how to hold scissors. Okay, so when you give it to Uncle Joey, you know, you hand it to him and he says thank you very much, and you say you're welcome and you walk away. If you're gonna be an adult and hold them like this too, because otherwise you don't want to look like this, otherwise it look like you poked your eye out. All right, so you can see here I have started the cardboard strip installment process thingy over here. And ooh, that's hot still, dang. But I'm using hot glue gun. By the way, this thing is hot, so just so you know, don't be silly around hot stuff, because we know what happens when you burn yourself. It hurts, right? So what I got here are a bunch of cardboard strips, right, that we made, and so I'm gonna make it to where we're gonna have a slope going down this way. So you want to make a tab here and a tab here. So I'm gonna cut right here. Just rip it, not ribbit, rip it, and then add a little bit of that hot glue on there. Stuff dries fairly fast, so it kind of, woo, that's hot. Want to be fast with it. Okay, woo, you can feel the heat going through that cardboard. Okay, so as you can see, it dries really fast, so it gives you a nice place to back on. Well, to here too, and so here. We're gonna have the rock cut in the foreground. So what I'm gonna do is fold this in like this, and I'm gonna create something right here. So we're gonna cut that, and this is gonna be a back like this, and then something on the front here like that, and then we're gonna go like this. Okay, make sure it bends. See how it gets too stiff? You want it at least a little bit more flexible than I have it there. So that's why it's important to accordion the cardboard strip. So there we go. There we got something going on now. So we're gonna continue doing this along here, and I'll show you what we got. All right, I am no landscaper by any means, but this is coming out pretty much what I was planning on. As you can see here, we got a nice slope coming up. This is gonna be levelly, is that a word? Relatively flat. This is gonna be right here. I'm gonna have the, I think the abandoned passenger car, I think up here, or maybe actually it's probably gonna be right here next to the tracks. It's gonna be here. I'm gonna have the billboard right over here. I'm gonna have a bunch of trees and stuff on this way, some nice slopes up to the rock cut along the edges down here. So that's what I'm going for. And in the corner here, I may put a little mirror, so it looks like the track goes on, but I'm pretty much gonna create a tree tunnel. So it looks like the train just goes underneath the trees and out along the distance into the far beyond. So that is the goal here. So the next step is to fill this stuff with some newspaper and some little bit of a, some kind of paper or something to put inside the cardboard. And this is sturdy. I mean, this is solid, and I just glued this about 2 minutes ago. You know, so that's the beauty of using a hot glue gun. You don't have to worry about stapling or drilling, screwing, or anything like that. It's there, and it's going to stay here for a long, long time. So let's do the paper next. Okay, so we're about to finish doing the landscaping here using paper. You can use newspaper, some tissue paper. You can use whatever you want, really. And so I'm going to cut this and rip it, actually. And the goal is to stick it in to the bottom here, so it gives it some support underneath all of this, your skeleton of cardboard, as I call it here. And it's just going to be right here, right underneath. That's what you want to do. And see how it's not staying? Where you want to do, maybe it's cut up or rip. There we go. You want to rip and put a piece of cardboard here, right? And you can fold it underneath. That'll give some support. And then use a hot glue gun, right? And then go through here, and then that's the way it becomes nice and sturdy. What is the ultimate goal? So let's do that, because that will help out a lot. Okay, so I put that there. So we're going to continue ripping up pieces of paper and putting it to where we think we want it to hold it in place. And I'm going to add one more in here, because right here we're going to continue the slope downward. Okay, we'll put that there. And then we're going to finish doing, well, I got this old catalog. I guess I can use it. Oh, look at that. Solis Tavern, N scale. Huh, that's pretty cool. Anyway, we're going to use this next. She loves me. Do it again. She loves me. That's not working. Good. She loves me. She loves me not. That's not working at all. Okay, after you have ripped up your 5-year-old Walther's catalog, Walther's, I love you guys, trust me. Crumble up and start just placing all the paper inside. It's just to give it some stability, and you want to do there. Okay, all that. So I'm going to continue doing this, and we'll be right back with these messages. Hey, did you know Touch of the Bronx Model Weathering is part of the NMRA partnership program? Yeah, if you want something weathered, you get 10% off the total price if you're an NMRA member. So join the NMRA right now. Where am I? Oh, here I am. Okay, so as you can see here, we pretty much have all the newspaper and stuff in place. I have it's nice and solid, as you can see here. So the next step is to use a little bit of either plastic cloth. Well, we're going to use actual, I think I have plaster or hydrocal. I can't remember what the heck I have. But that'll be the next step here. And so what we're going to do is cover this with plaster cloth. And then we're going to continue onto some of the plaster work. That way we can make this actually look like more of a mountain than a bunch of newspaper and cardboard. So let's do that next. All right, so I got my trusty apron on because I am a slob, and if I don't have something here, I will mess up my wonderful shirt. And so here we got plaster cloth. Now, you can use paper towel mixed with plaster and water together. Right now, the plaster is mixed into the plaster cloth here, and you could go, "And the king said to the people, thou shalt be plaster." You know what I'm saying? So what you gotta do is cut strips of this because it's already done for you. You don't have to worry about your, what do you call it? You don't have to worry about adding plaster to the water. So what we're gonna do is very simple. Well, first we get going. Make sure you have some old towels down. That way you don't dirty up the counter. That's way your mother or wife won't kill you. So just so you know, make sure you have make sure you're prepared to have spots where you don't want to get dirty. So let's continue to make sure. Let's cut this here and let's get started. So as you can see here, this stuff is dusty, but man, it's worth it, I'll tell you. So you're gonna stick it in the water here, not too long. All right, let it soak, let it drown a little bit. Okay, and then take it out, take the excess water off, and then we're gonna, if it stays, spread it. And you see when you spread it that the plaster spreads on this cloth. Okay, and I don't do really big pieces. I like to work with small pieces, so you can it's just much easier to do it that way. And so we're gonna do that there. Spread it down. And if there's crinkles and stuff, there's no need to worry about it. And the reason for that is we're gonna go back after this is dry, and we're going to put a whole layer of plaster. Or I actually do hydrocal, but hydrocal is lighter than plaster. And you can find plaster in your local store. Especially like Walmart, it's pretty cheap, like $4 or $5 for a small carton. But we're gonna go over a couple of layers of plaster over this plaster cloth. So I'm gonna finish doing this, and then we're gonna continue with the next step. And I don't know how the heck I'm gonna shut my phone off. I'm gonna have to go like this. Hold on. Aha! Woo! All right, as you can see here, this is just one layer of the plaster cloth, and all you need is one layer because we're going to layer this with plaster, and actually I'm going to use hydrocal in this scenario, but you can use plaster as well. And as you can see here, how the landscaping is starting to take shape and what I'm looking for. And then over here, we're going to be using the billboard's going to go here. The Migajigger, what's that thing called? The dilapidated passenger car is going to go right here somewhere. And then you're going to have a bunch of trees right here, maybe a little mirror, and the track's going to come out for the coal trestle. And then I think over here, this is going to be a hobo camp. I think I'm going to put a hobo camp up here. So a little bit of details, a little bit of fun scenes on the small diorama, and then eventually we're going to continue putting trees and all that kind of stuff. So it is time for me to go to bed. My coffee is gone, and so Joey is getting very, very sleepy. And since this has to dry overnight, I will see you guys the next day. This is exactly what I am looking for. And you can see this thing's hard as a rock. It is the next morning, and it's hard. And we have the track here. As you can see, the height of the coal trestle is exactly what I'm looking for. And it's gonna look so cool when they have like one of these little hoppers on top right here, as it was unloading coal underneath, and they had the steam engines. And you can see here the order racks, the height of the order racks is just right because the double stack containers will look just as good. So we're gonna start the hydrocal process. I'm gonna show you how to use a hydrocal. It's pretty much the same as plaster. Hydrocal is a lot lighter. It can be a little more expensive, but you can work with it better as well. And it dries faster. That's the cool thing about hydrocal. So let's get this moved over to the other side of the room, back to the workbench slash kitchen counter, and let's start the process of hydrocal. Hey Giuseppe, bring me the plaster. Have a cup, Stefano. Ora. Grazie Giuseppe, grazie. No, we need big one. Ah, yes. Ah. Ah, yes. Ooh, it smells so good. Hey, Giuseppe, give me the whisk. Ah, grazie, Giuseppe. Yeah. Very good, Giuseppe, pretty good, yeah. Now we make the cake. We take the cake. We put the plaster on the cake. You spread it around, just like this. This is getting very messy, Giuseppe. Bring in the reinforcements. No, Giuseppe, I want the foam brush. Give me the foam brush. Ah, yes, the foam brush. Need a foam brush. Oh, yes, look at that go. Much better, painting the plaster. Ah, salud. Well, as Stefano and Giuseppe said, this is where we're at right now. Now, I did go ahead a little bit, and this is a little bit of the future for part 3. You can see I added some rock molds here. But pretty much the plaster has been settled. And we're going to go to part 3 here in just a bit. But before that, I have added something here, and I need to finish it, but it's not there yet. And this is, again, it's probably going to be an all part 3, but it's kind of broken still. It's still got to be finished being glued, but theoretically, that's how it's going to sort of look in a way. Anyway, well, I hope you enjoyed that cute little skit from Stefano and Giuseppe. They will be back for more videos, I'm sure, to explain how to do more scenery work. I appreciate everybody watching, and I hope you enjoy your week, and we'll see you for part 3.